Hi, welcome back to Parenting Dyslexia 360. I'm here as usual trying to support you as parents of kids with dyslexic children so that we can maximize their success and empower them as best we can. Today we are going to talk about hiring tutors. You may have caught me mentioning in a previous video about preventing the summer slide. That tutoring is one way to do that. And you can use tutors any time of year, not just in the summer, to prevent the summer slide. So let's get into some things you might think about before you hire a tutor. So the first thing you're gonna need to think about is, why are you hiring a tutor? So one reason you might hire a tutor is to solidify things that have already been taught and learned. So maybe there's some subject matter that was taught this previous school year, and you just want to make sure that foundation is strong before the next school year starts. So nothing new is being taught. A lot of it's review and repetition, which we know is great for kids with dyslexia. So that's a very valid reason to do it. The second reason you might do it is maybe it's the middle of the school year and you just want added instruction. So they're working on dividing fractions in school at the moment, and you would just like somebody to spend a little extra time with them on that after school. So it can be a way to give added instruction at the same time. The third reason you might hire a tutor is for homework help. I think we all know that even when we as parents are capable of helping our kids with homework, our kids aren't always receptive to our help. And time spent with another adult working on the homework might be much more productive and less conflict-ridden than it would be if we try to do it. So that's another reason why you might get a tutor. And the final reason you might think about getting a tutor is for pre-teaching. So maybe you find out what units are coming up at school and you start to introduce some of those concepts ahead of time. Again, one more way to bring repetition into the picture. This can also be really helpful for the kid who is prone to getting anxious when new things come up or things that are challenging. It would be great if they got to a challenging unit in the coming school year and they've already seen math problems like that before. And so it's not entirely new and it won't be so overwhelming. So that's pre-teaching. The second thing you need to think about before hiring a tutor is your budget. The cheapest option would be to hire a high school student or maybe a college student to come work with your child. I think this is a great option for solidifying skills and homework help. I'm not sure I'd be entirely comfortable with a high school or college student trying to introduce new concepts or doing pre-teaching. And I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable with them doing any sort of higher level literacy instruction that's specific for dyslexia. So they're gonna be your least expensive option, but they are also gonna be limited in what they can do. The next level of tutor is a professional tutor. So this is probably somebody who has some degree of training and education. So maybe they went to school to be a teacher, but they don't actually teach for their career, they do tutoring instead. Or maybe they are a teacher who does some tutoring on the side. So this is gonna be more expensive, obviously, than hiring a high school or college student. In my experience, you're probably looking at somewhere between $50 to $100 an hour for a professional tutor. The most expensive kind of tutor is going to be the type that has a high level of training and structured literacy. So this might be somebody who is Orton Gillingham certified, and they are specially trained in teaching struggling readers and children with dyslexia how to read. You are probably looking at paying $100 an hour or more for this kind of tutor. And the last thing you're gonna need to consider before you hire a tutor is the right fit. No tutoring experience is going to be successful, no matter how much they're certified or trained or how much you're paying, if your child isn't buying into it. So you need to find somebody who is going to inspire your child, motivate your child. Your child may not be totally excited about working with them, but at least won't be resistant to working with them. So this may require trying on a couple people before you really find the right person. And that's okay. It's gonna be well worth it when you find that right fit. So feel free to take your time. One kind of tutoring that I did not really get into in this video is tutoring centers. So there are places like Kumon or Mathnasium where you sign up more as a membership and your child participates, I think maybe once a week or twice a week. I've never actually pursued these, so I'm not 100% sure. But they sort of lay out a plan for your child based on what kinds of things you want them to work on. That's a little bit different than the kind of tutoring I was talking about here today, but that is another option that you might consider if those are available in your area. All right, well, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope if you are looking for help for your child this summer, you find the right person and the person you need. If you have other suggestions about great ways to find tutors or maybe good questions to ask, feel free to share them in the comments below. I'm sure everyone would appreciate seeing them. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with people who need it, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you know when my next video is out. All right, have a great day, everyone.